We're back again, ladies and gentlemen. This time, we're going to talk about Warren's father. Warren's father basically put out a $50,000 reward, basically doing the same thing that Al Sharpton, Tyler Perry, and some other individual did. I don't know what kind of game everybody's playing, but this type of stuff, guys, is it's just a game at this point. Nobody, logically speaking, is coming forward to provide anything because nobody don't know what happened to Nolan. Do you understand my point, guys? Nobody don't know. So to see Warren's father, I believe his name is Mr. I'm not sure if it's Hudson or something long, doctor, or I think he's in some sort of medical thing or medical field. He offers up $50,000. Now, it could be a play. Let me explain why. I seen a video from Officer Tatum where he claimed that why would the father offer up $50,000 to basically sabotage his own son?
Now, I cannot find, now people can be guilty and do crazy stuff, but the probability, the likelihood of a father who is gonna pay for his son to go to jail. If you thought your son, this is how silly some people are. Y'all thinking that Nolan has something to do with this. Do you think his daddy would say, I'll give $50,000 to somebody that will show that my son was implicated so he can go to jail? Come on, y'all, put your thinking cap on. We did the interview. Y'all should have enough knowledge now. And you got Ben Hudson coming out and saying, look, I care about what happened to Nolan as well. We got a quote from Mr. Hudson, and it says, we don't know what happened. Hudson said, and this is a quote from the Sun, I think, we don't know what happened. Hudson said on behalf of himself and his son, we have been completely transparent from the beginning because we want to know what happened too. What is my take on this? I talked to Warren's father. I spoke to Warren's stepmother and mother and Warren. This seems to be a genuine approach. They want to know what happened to Nolan. Their son, with all evidence that has been presented up to this point, was not there when Nolan was either killed or he drowned.
At the same time, people would do that. Some people would offer up money, even if their son is guilty of something. Because what that does, it plays on your mind so that you could think, well, why would the father offer up $50,000? Like, why would he do that? His son could be guilty. I'm not saying that the kid is guilty, but what I'm getting tired of is the fact that everybody's offering up money in regards to this particular case. Nobody's really solving the case. Nobody's really solving the problems. They're just playing this game of offering up money. But when you think about it, who in their right mind is coming forward? It's like we're trying to force a situation when a kid basically had an accident and everybody is just dragging this thing on rather than just saying, look, man, the kid is dead. He gone. You already done had the funeral. You don't have no evidence of nothing. There's no suspects. What are we doing? What are we doing? You have Ben Crump. They had some sort of press conference or some sort of announcement. I didn't even look at it yet. I see it floating around social media. And I don't know, guys. It's like this thing turned into a circus now. It's no longer about justice. It's about, let's just see if we can keep dragging this thing to make as much money as possible. That's all I'm seeing, really. You know, you have Officer Tatum. He's on the Nancy Gray show. I don't like that lady. As soon as I see her face, I don't like her already, because she looked like somebody that is playing stupid. You know, like how when you know somebody is smart, but they're playing in order to keep people watching them. That's what I see. Because she did a show with Tatum, and basically she was playing that very same audio with the text messages on the screen that other lady made. And I'm like, if you folks are intelligent, why would you even be entertaining this type of stuff? That stuff is supposed to be debunked. So I don't really trust none of these people, man. Even though Officer Tatum interviewed them boys, I don't trust him either. I don't trust nobody at this point, because he already took the side of those boys. And I noticed that he'd been defending himself lately, and it almost looked like he's being paid by the families of these kids to interview them and basically be biased at the same time. Because again, it's one thing to interview, it's another thing when you are defending them. I mean, these kids, they have attorneys. So if you have an attorney, your attorney is supposed to be defending you, not a social media influencer. You're supposed to have an attorney that do that job, not a influencer. It doesn't make any sense. You know, you're supposed to see an attorney speaking on behalf of these boys. And if you don't see that, then why are influencers doing that work? So to me, I personally believe that Officer Tatum is being paid under the table to defend those boys, or at least make it look like he's given them a platform, because that's what it looked at first. When I first heard the interviews, I thought it was a good thing. I'm like, okay, he's allowing these guys to share their story. But there's a difference between allowing somebody to share their story versus you pretty much like using the platform of giving these boys a platform. You're using that platform really to benefit yourself and to promote yourself. Because think about this, guys. I'm doing videos about the Nolan Wells case, right? Do you see me being featured on the news? No. Do you see me getting hundreds of thousands of views? No. Am I being talked about by Don Lemon? No. Ain't nobody mentioning me. Why would they? I'm speaking the truth. Nobody mentions the truth. They mention the people that promotes the lie, or people that are part of the industry in whom they can benefit from. So even though Tatum interviewed these kids, he took sides. So being that he took sides, he already been compromised by money. You understand? We don't know what kind of deal he made under the table. That's the thing that a lot of viewers don't understand. That is why in a case like this, you can't take sides. You got to be neutral, like me. I'm not on nobody's side. Nolan Wells' family, they should be ashamed of themselves. They're exploiting this kid's death. This kid is dead, and they're still out here parading around with all of this we want justice nonsense when there's no evidence of anything. Like, in order to want justice, you have to have somebody that committed a crime. It's like they just can't accept the fact that this kid is dead and just move on. You already got a free funeral. You made $800,000. You got a bunch of fame and publicity. What more do you want? You know, it's time to move on, man. But no, they want to continue dragging this mess, making it a political issue. And to me, that's toxic as hell, guys. And that's what's going on right now. And I don't understand why people cannot see that this is actually happening. The case should be over already. But for some reason, they keep on pushing it over and over and over. So we have to realize that it became a circus now, to the point where Warren's father is offering $50,000. Come on, man. Why he didn't do that when Al Sharpton did that? He's doing that because he's trying to make it seem like his son is not guilty. And I'm not saying his son is guilty. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that's a form of psychology. By the father saying, hey, I'm offering up $50,000 for any information that could lead to an arrest and blah, blah, blah. That is designed to make it seem like, hey, we don't got nothing to hide. We're being honest. My son is innocent. And it's designed to make you think, why would a father offer up this money if it can mess his son's life up? But some people will do that. Some people may know their son may be involved in something and offer up the money to push blame. Because here's the thing. If Warren's father is offering up $50,000, what about all the other friends of Nolan? Are their parents offering up $50,000? No. So, what does that mean? Could it mean that the father of Warren is nervous about his son being implicated, so he figure, let me do a chess move and say, hey, I'm offering up $50,000 so that the public can look at us as an honest family that are willing to speak the truth? But that doesn't make Warren innocent. And again, we're not saying he's guilty either. My point is, guys, all of Nolan's friends' families didn't offer up $50,000. Only Warren's dad did. You know? So that is something that is a red flag to me. That is not an admission of, oh, we're innocent. That tells me that the father of Warren is concerned that his son may be in trouble, or he realized that the public image of his son don't look good. You get what I'm saying? Like, the image of his son in the public looks like he's involved in something. So what the father is trying to do is say, look, I'm offering this money, so don't look at my son like he harmed anybody, because he didn't. You know? So that's all I see. I see the situation as he's trying to make his son appear as if though he didn't do nothing wrong and they're just an honest family. But I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it one bit, guys. When you look at this case, it turned into a damn circus, because they did a press conference today. And when you look at that press conference, it's like they're trying to drag this situation over and over and over. And now you got the medical father talking about he's offering up a $50,000 reward. A reward for what? It was a freak accident. Nobody saw anything. So what exactly is going on? Why they keep dragging this thing on and on and on and on? It makes no sense, guys. And to me, this is one of the biggest issues that I got with this case, is that everybody's offering money, but there's no evidence of nothing. You can't offer money, and yet there's no suspects, there's no leads, nothing. Think about this, guys. It's been over a month, and nobody don't got nothing yet. Nobody don't got no leads. Nobody don't got no evidence. Nobody don't got no witnesses. There is nothing to this day right now that can show that somebody killed Nolan Wells. Nothing. And it's been over a month. And this situation been getting dragged for weeks. And you gotta recognize, guys, that we're all being played at this point. You know, there's so many lies that have been told, so many rumors that have been told, and yet people are acting like they can't see these things, like they don't know. You understand? Okay, the kid died. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but can we at least look at the facts? Let's look at the fun facts of the case. Number one, all of these teenagers were out there on Horn Island, right? They were all drinking, right? Let's look at this thing logically. They were all drinking. They probably were smoking. They probably were using drugs. Ain't no telling what these kids were doing. But notice in the media, nobody's talking about underage drinking. Nobody's talking about these kids who are actually out there on that island drinking, possibly smoking, possibly doing all sorts of stuff. And nobody's talking about that. Nobody's making mention about these things. If this was somewhere else, guys, let's say if this was in New York, if this was in LA, you know, we'll be talking about black people drinking. But when it comes to these kids, because the majority of them are white, for some reason nobody's talking about underage drinking. Y'all don't see it? Am I the only one that's smart? Out of all these kids, not one news outlet is talking about underage drinking and the possibility of an accidental drowning. Nobody's talking about that. We just want somebody to be blamed for it because the friends are white. Now again, I don't have no proof that could pin a murder on any of Nolan's friends. So, in a case like that, what could I do? I can't say nothing about it. I can't do nothing about that. You know? All I could do is do content, share my thoughts on what I think, and that's about it. But when it comes to convicting somebody, can't. I don't have no evidence, no proof. You could just speculate and share your thoughts. That's it. And based on what I'm seeing, this entire case turned into a circus of accusation, accusing people, race baiting, and everybody trying to get as much clicks and views as they want. And what's so shocking and sick about this is people are worried about me, and I don't even get no views. I don't even get no views. Maybe I might soon. Maybe when you folks start listening to the truth and start sharing the content, I'll start to get some views and make a few dollars. But comparing me to people like Tatum, Nancy Grace, all these other platforms that are lying to you every day, manipulating you, taking sides, doing all of this mess, and yet nobody ain't focused on the fact that this is one big hustle where every day somebody got a new update for you. Every single day. You see people making videos talking about Katie with her shocking update, her heartbreaking update. And then when you click on the video, there's nothing there. That's that Tissa Tails lady. All she do is lie every day. Those people are the major grifters in this entire situation, man. And it's just sick. That's why I don't support Nolan Wells' family. I don't support them at all. From the jump, from once the story broke, I said, nope, I'm not supporting that. Reason being is because the family was grifting and they were focused on taking money from the people. I saw what they were doing. They were busy taking money, and they made it about money and race. So now everybody's a big willie now. Everybody's offering up $50,000 rewards. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all can't see the play? Y'all can't see that Warren's father is trying to make his son appear as if though there's no wrongdoing. Just because you offer up money, that doesn't mean everybody's innocent. Just because you offer up money, you could be guilty and your father can still offer up money because he's using that as a distraction so that people can think his son had nothing to do with this particular situation. But the reason why I don't look at it like, okay, what the father did is a good move, what the father did is a bad move, because by him offering up that money, but the other families did not offer up that money, that tells me he's trying to save his son. That tells me that he know there's a possibility that his son could get caught up in something. So he figured, let me put up this money so that the public can look at my family as a trusted family, a family you can trust. But that doesn't mean you trust, because we don't have evidence. I don't trust nobody. And I'm not trusting nobody. I'm looking at this case for what it is. This case is one big cover-up. And everybody is working with each other. The media is working with the people. The families are hustling. Nolan Wells' family is hustling. Them kids, them boys, them friends of Nolan are all trying to get their excuses and their alibis together. And the grifters on social media are hustling and lying. So everybody is lying and hustling to drag this thing on as much as they can. Nobody's the voice of reason but me. I'm the only one on social media right now that is 100% neutral on this case. I'm on nobody's side. I'm just looking at what's going on and trying to put the puzzle together. And I received the most hate because I didn't take a side, which means there's no loyalty to no side with me. I'm not loyal to Nolan's family. I'm not loyal to Nolan's friends. I don't trust none of these people, because Nolan's friends said the only reason they went on Officer Tatum's page to do the interview is because they know that he ride with them. That's the wrong reason to do an interview. You don't do an interview because you believe the person that's interviewing you is going to give you a good shake. No, you're supposed to do the interview because it's what the people need. You don't come on my platform to do an interview because you figure, well, I'm gonna be on your side. If I'm on your side, if I'm interviewing you and I'm already biased, right? Meaning I'm taking your side, it's no longer an interview. Now it's me trying to vindicate you. It's me trying to plead with my viewers that you're a good guy and we need to trust you. So if anything, the interviews from Tatum, although necessary, I personally believe that those interviews were used as damage control to control the opposition. In other words, let's do these interviews to fix the damage that was done due to the media blaming them boys. And again, we don't know if they're guilty because we don't got no proof. But why would Tatum take the time to do what he's doing if nothing's there? That's why you got to consider things from every angle. What if it comes out that the boys had something to do with Nolan's death? Maybe they didn't kill him, but they know he drowned, but they covered it up because they panicked and they got scared. So to avoid any accountability, they just all agreed to just act like we don't know what happened. What if that turns up and Tatum interviewed those boys? He's gonna have to answer for that because he was riding with them the whole time rather than really questioning them, you know? Because see, peep the game. On Officer Tatum's interview, he asked Warren, and I believe he asked the other guy, I'm not sure, what's his name? Is it Tristan? I'm not sure exactly what his name is. The other dude that was in part 5. He asked him, did you kill or murder Nolan Wells? And Warren answered, absolutely not. But see, that's the wrong question. What Officer Tatum was supposed to ask is, are you guys covering up Nolan's death? That's a better question, because I personally don't believe that those boys murdered Nolan. I don't believe that. I believe that Nolan died by a freak accident, by either drugs, alcohol, he was in the water, he drowned, something happened, and they know what happened. But for whatever reason, they're not going to tell you what happened, you know? So I feel the better question that Officer Tatum should have asked the boys is, are you guys collectively trying to cover up the death of Nolan Wells? That would have been a better question, because it would have made them boys uncomfortable. It would have made them really think. But see, asking them a question of, did you murder him? That's not necessarily a good question, because we know that they didn't do anything to him. We know that. So it's easy to answer that question. Are y'all getting that? It's easy to answer a question with a simple yes or no if you know you didn't murder him. But if I question you, are you guys covering up the death of Nolan Wells? Meaning you have knowledge of what happened to him, but you refuse to talk about it. That type of question will raise concern in them, and they will literally start to get uncomfortable. This is why I don't take the interviews that Tatum did 100% serious. So I'm gonna come back with another video, guys, and I'm gonna go live later on to talk more. But we got to talk about this, guys, because a lot of people don't realize what's going on. But next I want to talk about the Bart situation, because a lot of people been spreading a lot of lies about this kid named Bart, right? Again, it's one thing to speculate, but people are going around saying that he killed Nolan Wells. So I want to talk about that next. Rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, thumb the video up. Catch you in the next one. Peace.